Alright, today I'm going to make my blonde ale. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference in the way I did my experimental black ale. I'll talk more about that one here in a minute. I'll just quick go over my ingredients. Got my light liquid malt extract. Got my water. I got my half pound, 8 ounces of Crystal 10. The recipe actually calls for Crystal 15. I've only found 1 or 2 places to order it, and I don't order all my stuff from there, so Crystal 10 will work fine. I got my ounce of Willamette there. Whirlflock. Tried it my black ale, but it's so dark I really can't tell if it's any better than Irish Moss, so the blonde ale here will be the test. Got my 10-gallon kettle there. I'll show you, this is my propane burner. It's a Bayou Classic. I'm not sure the model. Propane tank. Full boils is unbelievable difference between boiling just 3 on the stove and then diluting it down. I recommend eventually anyone and everyone that brews beer should full wort boil, especially all grain guys, which hopefully I'll be doing by the end of this year. So I think it's time to get brewing. Okay, time to steep the grains. I've got a half a gallon of water in there, which I'll heat to 160. I'll kill the heat, and then I'll steep my half a pound of Crystal 10 for a good half an hour. I'll pull the bag, let it drip, then fill it up to 7 gallons and heat it, and get ready to add the extract and the hops. Okay, today while I'm brewing, I poured me a New Glarus. It's a Cabin Fever, which is their honey bock. It's extremely good beer. Pour the glass right here. Nice color, crystal clear. Tell you what, if you ever get a chance, New Glarus, Wisconsin, tour that new brewery. It's unbelievable. I have yet to have a beer from New Glarus that I never cared for. Every beer they brew is just phenomenal. Okay, the 30-minute steep is up. I draining the grain bag here for at least a minute or two. Not sure how good a color you can see in here with the steam and stuff, but just a nice golden color. I'll start topping it up with my water. I've had the extract soaking in some hot water, so it actually pours pretty easy. I'm just going to pour this in and start stirring it. I won't show pouring in the next one. I'll just pour it and stir it as I go. It's a 3.15 pound container. I'm only going to use 2 pounds of it. So, and I like these plastic jugs from Northern Brewer here, because once you get the extract in, you submerge the jug, shake it up, get every drop of extract out of there. I mean, hey, it's a beer waiting to ferment, so basically use it all. Okay, we're at a boil. I skimmed some of the foam off the top, threw it down on this piece of board here. I'm going to add the hops here real quick. Got the timer set 45 minutes. I know I boil an hour, but 45 minutes is when I need to add the wort chiller and my Whirlflock. So here we go. Oh my God, that smells so nice, so floral, and oh man, it's unbelievable. I think those are some of the freshest hops I've ever purchased. Man, that's got an unbelievable aroma. So we'll set the timer. 45 minutes. I'll be back to put in the immersion chiller and the Whirlflock. I'll take you in and show you my fermentation equipment and my sanitation methods. Okay, this is how I ferment and how I sanitize. Plastic buckets. I like them. They're easy. They're big. I do have a glass carboy. I've used it a couple times. Like I said, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. I just prefer the plastic. I have the lid here. I said all this stuff had my black ale in it yesterday. It's all cleaned. All I gotta do is sanitize. There's the lid. Here's the gasket from the lid I pulled out. Give that a good clean and everything gets soaked in sanitizer. And here's a little something I just love here. I got these from US Plastics. They're strainers. This is 600 micron. This one's 400 micron. Tell you what, and they fit on top of your plastic buckets. Exactly what they're made for. So I put the 400 on first. Then I put the 600 on top and siphon my wort from the kettle into that. 600 will catch anything big. The 400 traps anything even smaller, and it comes out really good. Aeration system. Now the basic pump. I have the tubing and hoses, the HEPA filter. Star sand, this is mixed up from yesterday from bottling. I sanitize everything. I use this tote. It works great. I can put 14 bottles in it at a time, soak them. Everything else, the buckets, I'll show you in a minute how I sanitize those. So I figured, hey, bottled yesterday, brewed today, saving some sanitizer and water there. Aeration stone sitting in here. It's been boiled for 20 minutes. I always boil it. I think it helps keep it a little cleaner than just cleaning it with sanitizer. Here's my 2 packs of Y-yeast, 1056. That's what I always use in my blonde ale. That's what the recipe calls for. Yeah, I know I could do a yeast starter, save a little money, but hey, the way I look at it, I'm doing my part for the economy. Some sanitizer and a spray bottle for spraying the yeast. I've got some of the airlock parts sitting here and some sanitizer. And that's pretty much it. I use tinfoil a lot. Like I said, I soak that in sanitizer to cover my buckets and everything else. 1/2-inch auto siphon over there. That's what I siphon out of the kettle into the buckets. Hindsight now, when I ordered my kettle, I really wish I would have had it drilled for a ball valve. It would have made emptying the kettle so much easier. And I suggest anyone getting at least a 10 to 15 gallon kettle, have it drilled and get a ball valve. Make it so much easier. Okay, got a really good boil going. There's about 17 minutes before I add the immersion chiller. I just hooked it up. Made sure the close clamps are tight. I got one little drip out of a fitting, but it's not going to worry me. It's not going to drip into the wort at all. So about 15 minutes, I'll be putting that in. And, you know, this brewing beer, boy, it makes you thirsty, so I had to have another one. What I'm trying right now is Hopalicious from the Ale Asylum. It's in Madison, Wisconsin. Stopped in there last week. My wife's been going up to Madison a lot to the hospitals and clinics, so we stopped in there and had a beer, and there it is right there. I don't know if you can really see that color, maybe here. It's nice, golden, slightly orangish. The hop aroma is just phenomenal. I'm going to give it a try here real quick. Oh yeah, citrusy. Almost a little earthy there. I'm not sure exact hops they put into it, but tell you what, if you're ever in Madison, stop at the Ale Asylum. They got some really good beers. They have a lot of seasonals, and they have a lot of ones they rotate in and out. So, and plus, you know, they sell it in bottles.